Alright, so it's been about 5 months since Google dropped the Pixel 6a, continuing their surge in the budget to mid-range smartphone categories. For what this phone gives you at $449, it's a good option. Sure, you miss out on a number of bells and whistles found elsewhere, but you'd be saving hundreds of dollars, therefore gaining a lot in value. To add on to that, it's currently the holiday season, and as of the posting of this video, Google, along with places like Best Buy, Amazon, Target, and others, all dropped the 6a to $299. Now at that point, it's almost a no-brainer. Now look, I know it's not a perfect phone. No phone is, of course. I remember the 60Hz panel lighting the internet on fire for a while. Yes, the phone doesn't have a headphone jack, which is a first for the A series. There's no wireless charging. We're capped at 18-watt wired charging, both of which are taken care of in a couple of other phones in the same price bracket. The display isn't the highest of quality, with some rainbowing going on at different viewing angles. The fingerprint scanner isn't the greatest. I don't know. Feel free to disagree, but in my opinion, at this price point and depending on who you are, the good outweighs the bad. Certain issues, and things a lot of us choose to make issues, especially if you've never used the phone, fade away, and you're just left with what the phone does have. And let's be honest here, for the everyday smartphone user, this phone will check just about every necessity box there is to check. So it didn't take long for the 6a to become one of my favorite phones to hang on to and use. It's lightweight, it's narrow, and the materials aren't premium, which is okay because with how Google executed the use of plastic and aluminum here, it feels solid and well made, so I don't really have any complaints. The 6.1-inch OLED display is more than enough for all kinds of use cases, and no, I'm not really going to talk about 60Hz that much because while I do wish there was at least a 90Hz refresh rate, it did take some readjusting from me, I am spoiled. 60Hz, especially at $300, isn't much of a deal breaker. When it comes to performance and battery life, things have leveled out nicely over time. I can get around 5.5 to 6 hours of screen on time on a single charge. I am on the latest Android 13 update, and with everyday use, the phone flies. It's smooth and it does what it needs to do. It can even handle gaming just fine as well. Now, back when it was still 100 degrees out and I was out for the day, using the cameras a ton. Lots of Google Maps navigation, music streaming, messaging, and social media posting. Most of these things were being done simultaneously. The phone remained smooth aside from a couple of stutters, but it did overheat, rendering the camera a bit unusable for a couple of minutes, and of course the battery did drop more than I would like at that point during the day. Now it's not like I use my phone like that every single day, and while the phone does still get warm, that whole overheating thing hasn't happened since, which is good, and it's handled my personal everyday workload just fine when I'm out and about and when I'm at home. This phone wasn't exactly built for the heaviest of power user type usage, but it's no slouch, and it just might surprise you. Couple things I would like to point out about my experience. Cell signal did seem to drop out a little more easily than I've experienced on other devices. I feel like it's improved over time as it's happened less frequently and things seem fine now. It never completely ruined my experience, but it was noticeable at first. The haptics are nice and they feel good while typing. I did miss a couple of notifications while the phone was in my pocket though. The 6 gigs of RAM did make for some limitations in terms of heavy multitasking when compared to other Pixels with higher RAM counts, but again, it handles things just fine overall. The speakers are on the muddier side of things and they're not the highest of quality, but honestly I kind of like how they sound because you get a wide low end that might overcompensate a bit, but they're pretty solid for watching videos and listening to music when you don't have headphones or a speaker. Alright, I know you already know the deal with Pixel cameras at this point, so I don't feel the need to break things down too much. These are older camera sensors, but the computational photography here is strong and these still snap some of the best point and shoot shots you'll find, especially in this price range. They're not the absolute best, you can't expect that here, but for social media and sharing with friends and family and things like that, these will be excellent. Heck, I took these shots with the Pixel 4a that came out a couple of years ago. That Google Tensor chip isn't the most powerful or the most efficient thing on the market, but it opens the door for a bunch of super smart quality of life features. I know you're familiar with the feature set these phones have by now, and Google continues to update and add more good stuff with Pixel feature drops. One of my favorite things about the Pixel phones, and especially the A series, is the simplicity of everything. The hardware is clean and simple, the software is clean and simple, yet well thought out and super intelligent. The A series is a simple and easy recommendation to make. But that brings me to where we're at now. Who is the 6a for, and is it a good pickup now? The 6A is a phone that checks the most important bare bones boxes like having good battery life, great cameras, good hardware, good speakers, a nice selection of features, and software updates and long-term support. It's not the best at anything, but I don't think it's supposed to be. If anything, you could argue it's the best value, especially at $299. But here's the thing, even when the phone first dropped, a lot of people were pointing to the regular Pixel 6 instead, as it was just $150 more. And well, that's still the case, as you can currently find the Pixel 6 for less than $450 brand new and less than $300 used. Or you could grab a used Pixel 6 Pro for well under $400, both of which have gotten better ever since the Android 13 update. And the newer Pixel 7 is on sale as well for $499. So if $499 is doable, I say go for the 7. And in addition to that, you can take advantage of the trade-in offers Google's got going on. But if you like what you see with the 6A and you feel that it will fit your lifestyle and you can get it for just $300, go for it. If it's $450, I say look elsewhere. Either way, I'm a fan of the 6A. It's been a solid mid-ranger and I've enjoyed using it. I'm excited for 2023's Pixels and the Pixel family in general. The phones are getting better and better, and it's looking like the 7A just might be getting that 90Hz panel. Fingers crossed. If you made it to this point in the video, drop a light bulb emoji down below in the comments and let me know your thoughts on the Google Pixel 6A. It's been Zach, I'll talk to you later, and thanks for watching.